Welcome back to video number 2. This is where we're going to cover the royal family and everything that they've been up to. And working royals, non-working royals, but members of the family per se. All right, let's jump in and cover what we have. Let's go. We're going to start off with Princess Beatrice, who is absolutely glowing because of her pregnancy. She went to a ladies' lunch with her mother, Sarah Ferguson, on what is Sarah Ferguson's 65th birthday, which is October 15th. Looking lovely. FYI, this was the 10th annual Lady Garden Foundation Ladies Luncheon, and they raised funds for the Royal Marsden Cancer Charity for Langhans Brazier in London. I love that. Joan Collins be looking good. Whew. Thank you to Remoulade Sauce for showing us what she was wearing. Let's move on. Let's move on to Princess Anne now. She opened something called the Quad, which is a new digital skills and enterprise hub, which forms part of the Station Quarter project. So while she was there, she spoke to invited guests of students, some business people, politicians, and stakeholders. This has all been funded by the UK government and Telford and Wrekin Council, and it is a partnership between the council, Telford College, Harper Adams University, European Innovation, and Invest Telford. Wow. This place is going to host more than 300 students a year, and the idea is to get careers going in applied sciences and to retain, upskill, and develop local talent. Very nice, Anne. Then this past Tuesday, the Catch-22 patron, which is Princess Anne, she went to Hampshire for a 24/7 specialist service supporting young people that are affected by substance misuse. She met with the interventions team and she heard some stories from some people who have made use of the facilities. Moving on, but still sticking with Princess Anne, the Sea Cadets announced that the Princess Royal officially opened the new Midlands Boat Station in Birmingham. They're reporting that this is a state-of-the-art facility that will empower thousands of young people through water sports and leadership training. Let's move on to King Charles now. Now, we know how much King Charles loves Australia. We know how much the Queen loved Australia. I myself always wanted to visit Australia, but this really makes Australia look bad. Apparently, no senior Australian politicians are going to attend the Monarch's Welcome event in the country when Charles lands in Australia this Friday, the 18th. I mean, are you kidding? This all came out after Victoria Premier Allen and her deputy Ben Carroll said they can't go due to a cabinet meeting. Give me a break. They're not the only state, by the way, that's snubbing. I think that's terrible. And I think the people of Australia ought to be really upset because a poll just came out. And guess what? A survey was done by News Corp Pulse of Australia, and they revealed that 1 in 3 survey respondents believe Australia should become a republic, while 45% think Australia should remain a monarchy, with 22% saying they were unsure. Well, after the way their politicians behaved, I mean, what can you expect? All right, let's move on, but sticking with Charles. Charles was handed a hand-knitted cake, and it was marking 10 years of his charity's textiles education programs last month. They showed some pictures of Charles. He was absolutely smiling. It was a 2-tier wool cake, complete with crafted decorations, knitted candles, and piping. It was presented to him in Scotland. And for those of you who don't know about it, the King's Foundation set up Future Textiles in 2014 after Charles was inspired to address the skills gap in the UK textile industry through education and training. And here we are a decade later, and more than 7,000 people have benefited from its courses. I think that's lovely. And also marking the anniversary, there was an exhibition at the Garrison Chapel in London with that cake on public display, along with other garments made by alumni over the last 10 years. And other future projects include a 10-month paid Modern Artisan Initiative, which gives fashion and textile graduates the chance to design and make a sustainable luxury line of outfits using heritage skills for the King's Foundation label. Could you imagine if you get that and you basically get to design clothing for King Charles? I can't imagine. All right, moving on. Let's move on now to Prince William. Woo! He went to an engagement with the NFL Foundation UK. This took place on Tuesday the 15th, and apparently they're really praising his throwing ability. The foundation is marking its 3-year anniversary with a game of flag football. I found this interesting. A former Welsh rugby player who now is the wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars NFL franchise, that just shows you how far you can go, said that William's throwing arm was better than his because he just has to run and catch. He said that William is good enough to be a quarterback. William, let's not forget, is president of the Welsh Rugby Union. He was very interested in how that guy was able to transition from one sport to the other sport. What's interesting is that William told people that he played football when he was younger on the beach, and here he was in a situation where he wasn't very comfortable, and yet he took command, he did a handoff, he threw some great balls downfield. They said that his interaction with the kids, you can see it on the kids' faces. He gives them a lot of motivation to try harder, and it's wonderful the way he comes out and supports the kids. I guess the point is, guys, William makes it about everybody else, not about himself. He doesn't act put upon. He complained that people, they didn't ask if he was okay. He didn't talk about the threats that come through to him and his family. He just got down and did his job. Get it? I found it interesting that flag football, that in American football, flag football, by the way, is very fast-paced, it's inclusive, and it's non-contact. You don't go around, tackling people. Apparently, American football is really rapidly growing in the UK, and it's going to be in the Olympics in 2028 when the game heads to Los Angeles. I think that's amazing. A big thank you to Remoulade Sauce for showing us the fabulous shoes William was wearing. Let's move on. All right, let's move on to the Duchess of Edinburgh, Sophie. She met with the Prime Minister of the Republic of Chad to discuss the situation of the Sudanese refugees in the country. Then on the 14th, Sophie had a Chadanian coffee. That happened on Monday with Chad's Minister of State for Women and Childhood Protection. They discussed women's rights and humanitarian issues, and you guys know how much I love coffee. I would have loved to have tried that coffee. Oh my God, I bet it was good. Yum. All right, and again, a big thank you to Remoulade Sauce for showing us everything that Sophie was wearing. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Hit the like and the subscribe button and the bell for all notifications. Leave your comments, then go down into the description box where you'll find the links to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon, which is currently paused, my physical address, my Amazon wish list. For those of you who've donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.